Okay, thank you. Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the December 29th, 2025 special meeting of the Montclair Township Council. Happy holidays to all of you and good health. This is a special meeting of the Council of the Township of Montclair. It's being broadcast live on our TV 34 channel, and it's streaming in Montclair TV 34 YouTube channel. It's available on demand and can and will be rebroadcast. The special meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act. Adopted notice of this meeting has been provided, transmitted to the official newspaper on December 19th, 2025, posted on the bulletin boards outside the municipal building, and has remained consistently posted. In addition, a copy of the special meeting notice is and has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the Township Clerk. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, if you would be so kind as to do the roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Anderson, absent. Councilor Birmingham, absent. Councilor D'Amato?
Here.
Councilor Harrison?
Here.
Councilor Toller?
Good afternoon, President.
Good afternoon. Councilor Williams?
Here.
Mayor Baskerville?
Present. Okay, at this time, I would like to make a motion that we go into the executive session. Purpose of the executive session is to discuss a legal matter pertaining to the fair share housing agreement, and after approximately 1 hour, I believe that we should then be ready to return to the public session, and we will have 15 minutes of public comment. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. I'd like to ask everyone, please, to leave for approximately 1 hour. That's just what I am anticipating. I could be slightly off, more or less, but that's what I'm anticipating. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we exit the executive session and return to the regularly special meeting of the council.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, Councilor Harrison.
Resolution approving mediation agreement with Fair Share Housing Center and declaratory action filed by the Township of Montclair in the matter of application of the Township of Montclair, County of Essex, seeking approval of its Resolution 25-004 and other relief pursuant to the state legislation. I so move.
Second. After this, discussion? Madam Clerk? Roll call?
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a matter of course, should we do public comment first before voting on this? It's a question.
Well, it is a question. The concern is that the clerk has to be somewhere at a certain time, and I have to be somewhere at a certain time, so we need to have enough time in order to accomplish this. We can try it, and then that way we would have less than 15 minutes for the comment. So it's just, I'm just trying to make sure we have a clerk. I was just trying to make sure we had a clerk present when we did the vote, but we can certainly try that. So I will postpone that. Thank you, and we can do. Let's see how the time goes. Public comment, please. The first person, please come forward. Can I see, please, how many people need to, are planning on speaking so we can determine how long each individual will have? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 people, so that's,
Sorry, are we in the middle? I'm sorry, Mayor, I think I confused. Were we in the middle, like, had there been a resolution moved?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I apologize.
Can't do that. I found out that we couldn't do that. Okay, so since there's only three people here, then yes, Mr. Scott.
First of all, good evening, everyone. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
And I'm sorry, we're going to do the 3 minutes because that'll only get us to 9 minutes, and then I can still, okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Mr. Scott.
Not
Thank
a
you.
problem.
Thank you for
William
being
Scott,
here.
William Scott, 23 Cedar Avenue. Happy holidays to everyone and Happy New Year's. Mr. Harrison started out to identify the resolution, but what is the actual resolution that you have approved? And when will that resolution be available to the public? And then is that resolution, an outline of the 20-some-odd areas that was pointed out by the Fair Share Housing Center of concerns for a response from the Township of Montclair. Did I put too much on the table there, or? That was a question, so. What's the actual resolution that's been approved from an agreement standpoint? When will the resolution be released to the public? And does the resolution give an outline that addresses the 20-some-odd areas that the Fair Share Housing Center had concerns with?
So the vote was going to be, we didn't approve the resolution yet. We didn't approve the resolution yet. That's what the meeting, is this what you're talking about, Mr.
Yes,
Scott? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what the vote is going to be.
Okay, because, I read the special meeting announcement, and it did mention a resolution, so I'm not sure I'm jumping the gun, or, where
That's
are we?
that we were going to call, and then Councilor Birmingham suggested that we have the public comment first.
Okay.
We're go through the public comment. When
Yeah.
we're done, we'll answer your questions.
Okay,
Yeah.
because, see, I really couldn't ask a specific question until I saw the resolution.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this is just like the rest of the council meetings, and we may opt to get back to you at a later time. It's not like a, give and take. Yes.
The second,
Thing.
another part of your question was, does it identify 20?
Some odd
No, it
areas.
does not.
Okay. And at some point in time, if there's an agreement, that would address those concerns to some extent.
Attorney?
Okay, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to, you have the rest of your 3 minutes. Is there something else that you wanted to talk about?
I'm finished.
Okay, thank you. Next person, please.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, happy holidays.
Good evening.
I was going to ask the same question about the resolution. When will it be made available to the public? Because particularly, we are unable to provide adequate questions if we don't understand what's happening. And then the other thing is whether or not the municipality will be also addressing the Avery Challenge.
Thank you. Next guest, please. The answer is the same. We're going to go through that after this.
Okay, so you're going to vote on the resolution first.
Right, Mr. Councilor Harrison was going to read through that, and then it was suggested that we hear from the questions that you have.
Oh, so I guess my questions are premature then. Because, let me just be clear. He's going to read the resolution,
Correct.
then allow the public to comment, or are you going to vote on it after he reads the resolution?
At this point in time, we will probably need to vote on that.
Okay, so then my perception is correct. The public will not adequately have the information to understand what's being voted on, nor the ability to ask accurate or questions that would help us understand. All right, that's pretty.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find out if this was posted? No. Okay. I
So
didn't
it
know
was
this
not posted.
I did not know that.
So this is
Thank
kind
you.
of like a behind-the-scenes resolution that's being voted on that the public has not had an opportunity to see. Is that correct, Attorney?
What was your question again? I'm sorry.
Excuse me, let me try this. Can you all sit down again? I'm going to give you a chance. Mr. Harrison, would you please read the resolution? Let's try it this way. This might work better. And if somebody wants to come and I can share. I did not know this was not posted. Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Okay.
Okay. Resolution approving mediation agreement with Fair Share Housing Center in a declaratory action filed by the Township of Montclair in the matter of the application of the Township of Montclair, County of Essex, docket number Essex-L 297-25 pursuant Directive number 14-24, seeking approval of its resolution 25-004 and other relief pursuant to Public Law 2024, Chapter 2, which were amendments to the 1985 New Jersey Fair Housing Act. Whereas the Township of Montclair, pursuant to the Fair Share Housing Center's Directive number 14-24, filed a declaratory action in the matter of the application of the Township of Montclair, County of Essex, docket number ESX-L 297-25, and whereas Fair Share Housing Center filed a challenge to the same, solely seeking sufficient documentation from the Township of Montclair to demonstrate that the housing element in Fair Share Plan complies with the Fair Housing Act and the Mount Laurel Doctrine, and whereas the Township and Fair Share Housing Center have agreed to amicably resolve the issues set forth in the challenge, which, if approved, will result in a compliance certification for the Township of Montclair with respect to the Township's fourth round affordable housing obligations, and whereas the Mayor and Council of the Township of Montclair has been advised by its affordable housing attorneys and interim Township attorney that the proposed settlement is fair, reasonable, and in the best interests of the Township of Montclair, and now therefore be it resolved as follows: the mediation agreement between Fair Share Housing Center and the Township of Montclair, substantially in the form presented and attached hereto, is hereby approved. The Mayor, Township Administrator, Planner, and/or its affordable housing attorneys are hereby authorized to take all actions for approval and implementation of the mediation agreement and the conditions as set forth therein prior to March 15th, 2026. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
Okay, now, Mr. Scott. Yes.
But just to be clear, we are here today because we have a deadline, and our affordable housing attorney has advised us. We have a deadline of December 31st for the council to approve the mediation agreement. But you are also
Mr.
telling
Scott,
us-
can you come on down, please? Because we also have a deadline where people who had not planned on being here now and have a deadline to get out of here. So please, can you
But you're
ask
can
your
we just say,
question?
but we can't give any details of the mediation agreement, is what you're telling us. I just want to be clear here.
Okay,
No, but
okay.
what, this is what we were told, this is what I'm just trying to clarify
Okay,
here.
no, that's important.
I'll be glad to tell
Okay, so well then why don't we have you, before we get questions, why don't we have the mediation agreement explained to the public?
Sure. So,
And then not have questions, we'll just vote and then people can have
Sure.
questions, okay.
as was stated in closed session as well, first of all, I am Michael Herbert of the law firm of Parker McKay. I'm the Affordable Housing Counsel for the town of Montclair. And there was a ongoing court-mediated program between towns, Fair Share Housing, which is a nonprofit, and any objectors, usually those are developers, to the next round of affordable housing. And the fourth round has now been resolved with regard to the Township of Montclair. And the way it's been resolved is that, except for the one objection by Ms. Avery, that both the Township and Fair Share Housing have come to an agreement that the Township has provided enough information to prove that the fourth round of affordable housing will work. And we have a mediation agreement between the parties. And it talks about something similar to what we just heard in the resolution stated by Councilman Harrison. It also talks about what occurred in the third round and how the fourth round will be implemented. And this is the standard agreement that is done with, I don't know, I'd say at least several hundred towns in the state of New Jersey. It's put together by Fair Share Housing. And it talks about their review of all the information that we provided. We provided reams of information to them and to Ms. Avery. And we will be providing it to the council as to what was provided, but showing how we intend to comply with the fourth round. And it talks about affordable housing unit requirements, how they are to be put together, the process for approval and implementation, and that any new zoning ordinances that are needed, as well as all of the various administrative ordinances that are needed for the affordable housing, be in place by March 15th. So, I don't think we have the time to read the whole thing into the record, but that is the summary of it, and it has been provided to Ms. Avery has had a copy because it was filed with the court. So it is, and it was also put on the record with Ms. Avery there. Now, the township has not settled with Ms. Avery, and principally, as the judge stated in our action, principally the settlement has not occurred because a lot of what was objected to has to do with really the third round and other matters. And that matter will be before the court on Wednesday. So if Ms. Avery was to prevail, as I stated before, in that action, then we'd have to come back here and redo this agreement. If she does not prevail, then the agreement will be in place.
Thank you. Councilor Toller?
Sure, thank you for that. You said the township has provided enough information to satisfy
Fair Share Housing.
Fair Share Housing. But the third paragraph says whereas the township and Fair Share Housing have agreed to amicably resolve the issues set forth in the challenge. There's nothing listed here to say what those areas are. Is that improper to do that? Is it something we should know? Because again, you present it and we don't.
Of course.
For me personally, there's no documentation
And I
to review.
I again will provide all that. It's hundreds of pages of documentation. Be glad to provide it. They have reviewed it through their experts, and they were satisfied.
Okay, and the 20 locations that aren't listed, is there a reason why it's not listed in this resolution?
Because they aren't part of the fourth round plan.
Okay, but for the general public and full transparency,
Sure.
just trying to make sure, because we'll have to refer back to this resolution at some point in
Of
life,
course.
correct?
Of course.
So do we need to make an amendment to this resolution to include those locations?
No.
Okay.
Madam Clerk? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Anderson? Counselor Birmingham?
Yes.
Counselor D'Amato?
Yes.
Counselor Harrison?
Yes.
Counselor Toller?
No.
Counselor Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Baskerville?
Yes. Okay, at this point in time, if there's other people that wish to come and have public comment for people that can stay, otherwise, Madam Clerk, I know you said you needed to leave at 4:30. I don't know how this works now. Can you help me, Attorney? Okay. Okay. I respect that, and I thank you for coming in on short notice. We have a 15-minute time period, and I'm very grateful to you.
I'll be very brief. Thank you for reading that. It seems like you don't have all of the information ahead of you, or it sounds like the attorney's going to be providing it to you to review. So it appears that you may have voted on this without receiving all of the information to review, and far be it for me to say whether that's appropriate or not. I am very familiar with the affordable housing all around and several other things in the whole statewide process. I think it's going to be very prudent for this municipality to pay attention to the details of the reams of documents that said attorney will be providing to you. And I believe that although those 20 units weren't in the fourth round, the previous round issues need to be addressed. Am I correct?
That round is over and done with. That is something that's no longer part of any process that's ongoing.
Is it possible that if unit counts are inaccurate, then certain credits would need to be replaced?
Not if they were from the third round. We were only worried about the fourth round here.
I'm speaking about the fourth round.
If anything is, if we're going to have a midpoint review in
And we
a little over
compare.
3 years, at that midpoint review, if we cannot prove the credits, we will have to go ahead and replace them, yes.
That's what I wanted to get on the record. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Scott or Ms. Avery, however you guys want to do this, thank you.
Those reams of documents that were provided do not in any way, shape, or form address any of the findings that I raised. And if you want to see reams of documents, you know, I could provide you with literal reams of documents because I've done the research. Furthermore, I raised a lot of issues with properties reported and claimed as affordable housing units and rehabilitation credits in the third round with 30-year deed restrictions. And those properties, I've identified 10 properties that did not have 30-year deed controls. So whether or not the third round is passed, if information reported in the third round is inaccurate, then that has to be addressed. The judge ordered Parker McKay to respond to my challenge on December 11th. Parker McKay failed to comply. The judge ordered them to respond a second time on the 17th, and they failed to comply again. In fact, Parker McKay has insisted to the court that they dismiss my challenge, claiming the program was not created to satisfy the needs of local gadflies who are using the process to pursue their own baseless complaints. I think you know me well enough by now that nothing I speak out about has anything to do with me personally. I have absolutely nothing to gain personally. This is about the residents of this community, and I think you all know that very well. The challenge is a publicly available document and provides ample evidence that the township fails to provide adequate oversight and monitoring for affordable housing inventory and administration. The town's refusal to comply with the law increases the risk of fraud, waste, and abuse. The actions of the town indicate that those in power do not respect the residents. I have charts prepared for court on Wednesday that prove township claimed 20 affordable housing units with incorrect control periods and rehabilitation credits on 36 units with incorrect control periods. There's another 33 units claimed on the 2025 plan that don't exist. So this all demonstrates that the township has failed to comply with the Fair Housing Act, and therefore no settlement can be reached. My challenge is an indictment of Montclair's affordable housing program in which one thing is said in public and something else completely different goes on behind closed doors to circumvent promises that have been made to the public.
Thank you. Mr. Scott?
Okay, once again, now that we're aware that there's an agreement, a mediation agreement, will that mediation agreement be available first thing tomorrow morning in the clerk's office for the public to review?
Yes, the agreement is a public document.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I have a medical appointment in the morning, so maybe not so early in the morning. I would say by noon.
okay. Well, hopefully you're not the only one working in the office
Well,
then.
I'm the only one able to certify the resolution.
Okay, I
Okay.
understand that. And just a little background, I reviewed the third round agreement with the Fair Share Housing Center, and there were hundreds of documents, several meetings that occurred with the township and the Fair Share Housing Center. That the public is knowledgeable enough to be able to read those documents, sir, so if there's additional documentation that supports the agreement, that should be made available as well, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to
Councilor Harrison?
just to be clear on what transpired, the township adopted a proposed fair share plan in June, submitted that, and nothing I'm saying has anything to do with the challenge filed by Ms. Avery, which is still pending. Fair Share Housing asked a bunch of, filed a challenge, asked a bunch of questions, as stated in the mediation agreement. The township has provided additional information, and based on that additional information, Fair Share Housing Center agreed that we meet the requirements of the law, provided we implement certain measures by March 15th. And my only other comment, it would have been extremely helpful if we had gotten a bunch of documents a long time ago.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And
correct.
hopefully, we
This
will
is-
now,
May I?
Yeah.
going forward, be getting the documents as they are filed with
May
the
I?
court.
And also, just for clarification, Ms. Avery, many of us up here have also requested copies of the documents that were submitted by you. We have not received all of them, and so we are also trying to get information here about some of the things that you submitted. Now, we did get a binder today that had some of the things that I thought was a significant amount of your particular case. But at any rate, that was seen as something separate. So that doesn't mean that we're ignoring what your concerns are, just meant for today. We had a deadline to vote on, and that's what we decided we would do. I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn.
May I? Please.
Just-
one-
I heard her first, and
Thank
then I
you.
can get that one.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
All right,
thank-
because
thank you,
it's,
Mayor.
yeah,
I
okay.
know we have to get out of here. Thank you, Mayor, for the time. Councilor Harrison, yes, I agree. For the firm that we hired, the amount of money that we're paying, I'm going to say this on the record, this is absolutely unacceptable that we don't have anything to review before a vote. We're paying your firm almost $50,000, and you're apologizing for not having documentation here for us to look at. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. And you know it's unacceptable. These are real people's lives that you're dealing with. Ms. Talley, attorney, we're looking for answers. We need the information to review, and you have not provided it for us to look at. Going forward, please have everything in advance to this council so that we can make a well-informed decision.
Councilwoman, I apologize again. We are retreating.
Apologies don't get it, not at 50 grand.
I understand.
Thank you. Counselor D'Amato?
Just very quickly, for the people at home to know that we were not singled out by Fair Share. This was a pro forma challenge that they did. They've done it to every municipality, and they were not scathing or in any way throwing shade on us as a community. We do a good job in general, and they were very clear about that.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And if anyone there has questions that we are able to talk about that are not pertaining to that, there might be some council people that are not out. Since this was an emergency meeting, people had family plans and other medical-related things, so thank you so much for coming here.